It's your girl Lisa. Sorry about that. I was having a little technical issues, but I think we got them worked out. So today I was supposed to go live. I think 1:40, and I think I got scheduled for another tomorrow. We doing it today. So today we want to talk about. Well, I want to talk about mental health because mental health is so important. But the thing that kills me is the fact that, a lot of times we're afraid of what we don't know of, you know. And I know I was always raised, my mom always said, if you're not sure about anything, then guess what? You need to educate yourself, you know. And unfortunately with me, I deal with mental health because I was raped and I was sexually assaulted on active duty. Um, Yes, I was in the military. I was in the United States Navy. Um, excuse me, had an itch. So, and it's so important to talk about. And I know for me, it's important to talk about because anybody tells you that um, mental health and drug use does not go hand in hand. Well, they not telling you the truth because it does. I know I lived that life, you know. But I also knew that the only way for me to overcome my drug use is to deal with my mental health issues, which meant I had to deal with what got me there in the first place, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to, but all of this stemmed back from 88 and 89, you know, but I'm like, it's time. Because when I look back on all my relationships and stuff, and deep down inside, I knew it was me. I knew it was me because of my issues. So at the end of the day, I knew it was me. And I'm at the point now that if I want to have a solid, stable, healthy relationship, I'm going to have to fix what has been broken, you know, and I've been doing that for many years and I'm still doing it. You know, I understand that, you know, my complications interfere with stuff. But let me tell you something. But I really want to say this from the bottom of my heart. Anybody that tells you that they've been through that, like sexual assault, rape, and it does not affect them, it does. It really does. Especially relationships. I know I can attest to that. I will put my hand up. Yes, it does. You know, Looking back on my relationships past that point, it was so easy for me to say, well, he cheated, he did this, he did that, he did X, Y, and Z. You know, I think only one relationship I could honestly say had nothing to do with my issues. You know, the man put his hand on me. Time to go, you know, because that's what we're not doing, you know. But my all my other relationships, and I look back, and it's like I knew it was me. I knew it was me, and I knew it had to do with what I wasn't dealing with, you know. And so now I've been dealing with it, trying to get myself to that point where I'm comfortable into having a healthy relationship, you know. But in order for me to do that, I have to kind of fix the damage. And see, and this is the thing that pisses me off. Now I can say I'm at the stage where I'm pissed off because when people do that, regardless of whatever the reason, and 9 times out of 10 is a control issue. But the thing that really pisses me off, and even though it's been decades, this happened back in 88 and 89, the thing that pisses me off about this is that their life goes on. But what about my life? The one that you just destroyed. You don't think about, they don't think about the damage that they leave behind when they do that. And my thing is, but you have mothers, you have sisters. Would you want a man to do the same thing to them? No. Then why are you doing it to somebody else? And then you leave them in a state of chaos, a state of disarray, all over the map. And then they got to spend years trying to undo or try to fix what you did. And that's the thing that actually pisses me off, because I'm like, but you damaged me, but your life goes on, and I'm like, man, look, I hope somebody, and I'm not the type of person to say, wish bad on anybody, but it's like, I hope somebody do it to you. God forgive me, so that you know what it feels like to be on the other side, you know. Before I never used to be able to talk about it. As a matter of fact, I never liked to admit the fact that it happened. I figured if I ignored it, then it didn't happen. Well, that's not true, because you know what? It comes back in space. So when people tell you that they've been through this stuff, and they don't have no issues, especially if they haven't gone through therapy and what they need to do, that's a lie. That's a lie. You know, um, you may not see it, but other people around you see it. So you can't say that doesn't affect, because it does affect. And until you hit that like rock bottom, you're gonna constantly keep running into that brick wall. I know I did, until I almost knocked myself unconscious, and I was like, okay, well, time to deal with it. You know, I deal with PTSD and depression. You know, my PTSD, you know, especially in therapy, seems to be getting a little worse. I don't go out. You know, I have high anxiety when I know I have to do something. Okay, case in point, because I don't know how to explain that. So I'm going to just give you an example. So, taking out a little equity in my house. So, um, everything is done. The only thing we had to do was the appraisal. So, because the time just expired with the appraisal that I had last time. So, I had to get a new one. Okay, well, first of all, my anxiety was high. It was up there because, first of all, I don't like strange people in my house, especially people I don't know. I'm a single woman. I live by myself, and I deal with mental health issues. I have an issue with strangers rumping up in my house, but at the end of the day, I knew it was something that I had to do. So, so that happened. But the thing is, when I made the appointment for the appraiser to come in to appraise the house, the people that I'm working with, and they're just really nice people. You know, I've been rocking with them since almost 6 years, 2018. And and so he was like, he was like, well, could you have him come in and do it soon? Because we had already set it for Friday at 1. Now my anxiety level is up because I don't. First of all, I'm not a confrontational person, but don't push me because if you back me into the wall, it will get confrontational real quick. But I'm not a confrontational person, and my anxiety level is up. That I have to contact this guy and see if he can do it sooner than Friday. But I was like, you know what? We're just gonna leave it at Friday. And when he came through, I asked, before he left, if it was possible to get the results back by Tuesday. And he's like, yeah, no problem. So yesterday, wait, no, Monday, nope, wait, Tuesday. Tuesday, um, I contacted him and was like, look, they're pushing me to get this appraisal to them. It's possible you could send it to me and I could send it to them. And unfortunately, he said it has to go through a VA portal. I said, well, then can you please send it over to the people so that I can get my money and we can close this thing out once and for all? Because I've been doing it since November, December. And like my anxiety level was so high, you know, just having to make that one phone call. And I've never been like that. But for and my guess is because I'm going through therapy. I'm dealing with stuff that I haven't dealt with since 88, 89, and I know I'm going to have to go through some things. Like they say, sometimes you have to go through the storm to get to the sunshine, you know. And in my case, that's what it is. I'm starting to go through the storm so I can get to the sunshine. Now, let's not get that twisted, okay? I am no longer a victim. I am a survivor, you know? But let's not get this twisted by no stretch of the imagination. Just because I'm getting therapy means I'm fixed. It does not. Because this is something I'm going to have to deal with for the rest of my life. The difference is that I have the tools. I have the tools that I need to, whenever those situations arise, I have the tools I need to actually make it work. And so right now I'm just waiting on them to tell me that they got it. Let's close. Let's get you that money. And you know, um, the stress of it all, the anxiety level. I have to go. I have I have a psychiatrist that I'm just starting out with in July, and they'll be doing my meds because right now my meds are being done by Women's Health Clinic, and so now this will be to the psychiatrist. You know, now when I say psychiatrist, that doesn't mean I'm crazy. It just means that I'm going through some stuff that I need to, so that I can have healthy romantic relationships. Because my friendships are good. I can count on one hand how many friends I got. And I like it like that. I like my circle very small. But my friendships, they're fine. It's the romantic part of it that's not. And that's what I'm working towards. Because eventually I do want to settle down. I do want to have somebody in my life, but that's not going to happen until I fix everything that's going on. And so it's very important, and like I tell people, you know, you have to be in tune with not only just your body, but your mental. You have to be in tune, you know. Get a journal, because that helps too, you know, to to keep you focused and can see if you're having a good day or a bad day mentally, you know. And that's one thing that my therapist is proud of. She said, I'm just like so proud of you because you actually see and you recognize, you know, it's just getting the tools that I need to get through, you know. Am I suicidal? By no stretch of the imagination. Am I homicidal? Not by the slightest chance, you know. Because, like I said, I'm a survivor. I'm not a victim. I played a victim long enough. Now I'm a survivor. Because now I'm in take my life back mode, take my mental back mode, right? But that does not mean that I'm over it. It just means that now I have the tools that when I start having those mentally bad days, I have the tools to kind of bring it back. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's allowed to have their bad days. We all have them. We have our good days. We have our bad days. We have our what the hell was that days, you know? But, and that's fine. That's just part of being human. It's just like they say about anger. You know, anger, anger is a sin. Anger is this. Anger is, no, 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 no. Anger and jealousy are not the sins because these are the emotions that God put in us. It's what you do with the anger and the jealousy that makes it a sin. It's not what you feel. It's how you react to it that makes it a sin. Because you can be angry all day long. You go to the gym and punch out on the punching bags a few times, lift them weights, But you're not, the only thing you killed was the punching bag. You know what I'm saying? So it's not the act of being angry. It's not the act of being jealous. But it's the act of reacting to the anger and the jealousy. That's the problem. Because all these feelings we're supposed to have, what we're not supposed to have is a reactionary action that could either lead you dead or lead you in jail. I watch these shows and I'm like I watch Deadly Women and I watch Snapped and I'm like, man, they just get a divorce. I mean, because at the end of the day, sometimes you have to stop yourself before you get to that point and ask yourself, is it worth it? Is this person worth me going to jail for the rest of my life over him or her cheating? Is it worth it? What do you have to lose if you go down that path? You know what I'm saying? These are things that we need to think about before we start getting reaction. Before we start getting reacted, we have to start thinking about them things. Is this person worth me losing the rest of my life in jail for? What is it that I got to lose? My home, my kids, my job, maybe even my own family. So at the end of the day, now you have to stop with just those two things. Now you have to stop and ask yourself, is it worth it to lose all of that over somebody's indiscretion? For me, no. No, not at all. So so it's like sometimes we have to stop and think before we get into that reaction mode. We really have to stop and think, you know, because then there were some cases that I watched where once it was done, now all of a sudden you regret it. Well, you should have regretted it before you got there, because you should have asked yourself a couple of pertinent questions before you went down that path, you know. And a lot of times it's not easy because we get hung up in the hurt and the anger of our partner, stepping out on us, that we don't think. We just go with the emotion. They gonna pay for this. Oh, all the years I did this and X, Y, and Z, and you gonna do this to me? And I'm getting ready to say something that's, excuse me, that's going to be a little bit unpopular amongst the women, but that's fine. Well, I'm not even going to say women. I'm just going to say black women. We have a tendency to be extremely emotional and reactive. So we're in a relationship, and sometimes before the guy gets to that point or your partner gets to that point, they want to sit down and have a conversation, to let you know that there are things that needs to be done in this relationship that you're not fulfilling, you know, and I would like to talk to you about it so we can fix it. I'm not judging you. I just want to fix it so that we can continue, so we can get back on the right track. But black women, we just all of a sudden will get seriously defensive because now all of a sudden, oh, but you Mr. Perfect, right? You this, you that, you the third, you the this, you that. Nah, nah. See, and then when they step out on you, see, now you have a problem. But remember, just a week or two ago, this person came to you and tried to sit you down and have a conversation and was saying that there's some things in the relationship that needs to be fixed. And I want to fix it so that we can get back on the right track. But you took it defensively. And then you want to get mad when he's like, okay, since you don't want to do that, I want to do this. It's over. I'm done, and move on. And then you have nerve to get angry. That's on you. Pardon? That's on you. And it's the same thing I say about women who get married to people that have a reputation of being unfaithful. Because my whole thing with this is, you knew what it was when you married this person. I don't understand why you would marry them knowing the situation. Especially if you've been together for like 3 or 4 years and a man done stepped out on you, or your partner done stepped on you, out on you, all throughout those 3 years y'all were together. And then you get married. Anyway, y'all married. They still stepping out. I keep saying they keep stepping out. Now you done caught something that you can't get rid of. And you're mad at the person because they gave it to you. And in my mind, I think that's misplaced anger. I really think it's misplaced anger. Because at the end of the day, you knew this person was doing that before you got married. You chose to marry this person, regardless of the fact that this person don't know how to be faithful. You chose to walk down that aisle, knowing all of that. So honestly, can you really get mad at the person when you should be mad at yourself? Because you should not have married that person anyway, especially if that person has been unfaithful way before you said, I do. Now, see, that's on you. That's on you. And this is just my take on it. That's on you. Because you knew it, but you still went through with it. Now you're surprised because now he caught something and gave it to you and you cannot get rid of it. And then you want to get mad at him, get mad at yourself. Because if he wasn't using protection with you the first night that y'all met, y'all had sex, and they ain't using protection with you, do you honestly think they're using protection with other people that they sleeping with? Yeah. Nope. So at the end of the day, you can't really get mad at that person. You get mad at yourself because you put yourself there. Because you thought that maybe if you got married, that would fix the adultery. He fixing being loyal, faithful. You can't change nobody if they don't want to be changed. And that's just straight up. You know, I'm not going to spend my time and my energy trying to help you fix yourself if you're not even trying to meet me halfway. See, then I'm going to have to leave you alone. You know, call me when you get it together. You know, because you can't fix nobody that wants to be fixed. So if you married this person knowing that they unfaithful, thinking that once we get married, we be all good, then you just lying to yourself at this point. Then you just lying to yourself. You know, I've seen some women go out and get pregnant by a man just to, you know, if a marriage didn't stop it, what makes you think having a child is going to stop it? You know, that's something that has to come from within them. Whatever it is that's going on inside of them, they need to fix that. We can't fix that. That's something they need to fix. And until they fix it, it's time. You need to stop. Keep it pushing. You know? Just keep it pushing. You know? And it's like, you know, people, like the women. Oh, women, y'all really need to stop with all these BBLs and the facelifts and the implants, because 9 times out of 10 you're doing that. I'm not saying all the time, but most of the times it's because you're trying to keep a man. You figure if you look younger, if you like 40, 50 years old and you continue to have that look that you had when you were 19 and 20, you always going to keep a man. But then y'all not seeing the bigger picture, especially the ones that got the BBLs. Y'all not getting the bigger picture. You may look 20, but let me tell you something. Your body ages. Okay? So when you get up to the age 40, 50, 60, 70, and you start having problems because all the stuff that you did to yourself to make you look good so that you can keep a man or get a man, now you have all kinds of issues, all kinds of health issues. Why? Why? I ask why. You know, lately it just seems like now they starting to take them out because women are starting to have issues. They starting to get infections and stuff like that. They starting to take them out. The face fillers, you know, you do so much to your face now. You need to be on at least 20 episodes of Botched just so that they can try to fix it. You know, and this is the thing that kills me. Oh, this is the thing. This is the thing that kills me is when you got somebody who's already pretty, who's already nice looking, and they go in and get their whole face done, and they come out looking like Cruella DeVille. It's like, sister girl, you need to go back in there and sue that doctor or have him fix it or something, because that right there, no, girl, that's not working. That is so not working. You know? So it's just, we've taken this too far with this. Too far with it. You know? We going way off to the left with it. Now it's fine if you want to do a little snip here, a little snip there, maybe, because there are times where women do it and it's just to make them feel good, make them feel better about themselves. May have a little snip here, a little tuck there, you're not going overboard with it, but you're just trying to, you know, start making things look normal stuff, nothing big, you know, not trying to make yourself look like you're 12 years old when you're 50, but, you know, get rid of crow's feet, get rid of the bags under the eyes, you can do a little something with the wrinkles. I get that. I get that. I really do. But you're doing it more for yourself. You're not doing it for nobody else. It's the ones that get a whole new face. Now that you don't even know who they are, because they don't even look like what they used to look like when they first came out. The body is, come on, unrealistic. Unrealistic. And this is the problem I have. Because you got these young girls out here looking up to these women and believing every single word that they say. Well, you eat right, you exercise. Nah, you're not telling the real truth. Tell the real truth. You went to see Dr. Simmons and had him suck all of that fat out of you. You had liposuction. You had a breast implants. You know, you had fillers in your face. Let's be real with these kids. That's why I'm glad my mama always taught me, do not put anybody on a pedestal. Because at the end of the day, they're always going to let you down. And I never did. I don't have nobody on my pedestal. Let me take that back. I did have a person on my pedestal, and she was my mother. She was my mother. That's it. No, nobody else is on that pedestal for her. And don't get me wrong, she made mistakes too. She had her moments. But you know what? She was a single mother with three badass girls. You know, and I know her stress level was up because with three girls, you do not want them coming home one day and say at 15, 16 years old and telling you they pregnant. So I knew her stress level had to be out of this world. You know. But so I said all of that to say this. I just wanted to comment because I know I was supposed to do it earlier today and I forgot. I didn't even lie. But I think I got another one set up for tomorrow. I think. And if I do, we'll talk some more stuff. Anyway, everybody, have a blessed day. Um, please have a happy and safe Memorial Day. Just remember that Memorial Day isn't just about the cookouts and the fireworks and stuff like that. It's about honoring those who lost their lives defending the United States. So let's keep that in mind. And until next time, I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.